I woke up to a miracle today. Triggers stay as I find my way. No judgment to lead astray. In this peaceful state I'll stay.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here again, continuing our journey through A Course in Miracles in Practice. And today we're looking at Lesson 258.
And just a reminder, if you have thoughts or questions popping up as you do these lessons, or maybe a story about how it all lands in your day-to-day, please share it. You can find us on social media. Just search at the World Harmony Project or drop an email. We genuinely love hearing how it's going for you.
Okay, so let's settle in with today's lesson. We'll read it through now. Lesson 258. Let me remember that my goal is God. All that is needful is to train our minds to overlook all little senseless aims and to remember that our goal is God. His memory is hidden in our minds, obscured but by our pointless little goals which offer nothing and do not exist.
Shall we continue to allow God's grace to shine in unawareness while the toys and trinkets of the world are sought instead? God is our only goal, our only love. We have no aim but to remember him.
Our goal is but to follow in the way that leads to you. We have no goal but this. What could we want but to remember you? What could we seek but our identity?
Okay, so that feels like a very clear follow-on from yesterday, doesn't it?
It absolutely is. Yesterday was all about, are we trying to juggle multiple masters, splitting our energy? And today, boom, it just says flat out, one goal, only one, remembering God. It's almost like it's asking gently but firmly, okay, are you ready now? Ready to stop chasing those little toys and trinkets?
Yeah, I can almost picture the loving gaze, but maybe a hint of, let's say, light exasperation. After watching us run around for 257 lessons, it's like still chasing that shiny object. But it also shows such incredible patience, knowing this takes time for us. And for someone maybe newer to this, or for that part of us still really caught up in the world, well, toys and trinkets could land a bit rough, like, hey, my goals aren't trinkets. But for those of us doing the work, really sitting with it, it starts to sound different. It sounds like relief, like a reality check. Oh, right. All that stuff I thought was so important. Maybe not the main event after all.
Yes. There's a part of you that just exhales. It kind of lifts a weight, doesn't it?
Totally reframes it. Instead of, oh my gosh, I have to micromanage everything because my peace depends on getting it right. It shifts to something more like, okay, I'll handle the stuff that needs handling, sure. But my real goal, remembering God, that's happening underneath it all. Frees up so much bandwidth.
But then, life happens, and that's where it gets tricky sometimes. We see major things going on in the world, like just recently that news about the politician who was assassinated in the U.S. That doesn't feel like a little senseless aim. It feels huge, important, maybe even terrifying.
It's such a crucial point. The Course is never saying ignore suffering or pretend violence isn't happening. What it does consistently is guide us back to our one goal, even when faced with something that horrific. It asks us, are you going to react from the ego's fear, its need to blame, its division, or can you respond from that deeper place, that one goal of love and remembering connection? Because from the Course's view, even something as awful as violence is still, at its root, a symptom of forgetting who we are, forgetting our oneness. The form is different, obviously, tragically different, but the root error, the belief in separation, is the same pointless goal.
That makes sense. What you saw immediately online after that news broke was, well, exactly what the Course describes. Arguments everywhere. You had people saying essentially he was hateful, he promoted division, maybe this wasn't so bad. Horrible stuff.
Right. And then you had others reacting furiously to that sentiment, saying, how dare you justify violence? This is dangerous.
Yeah.
And then the third group trying to smooth over his controversial side. It just instantly fractured.
Total polarization. And that's the ego, isn't it? Taking even a tragedy and turning it into fuel for this separation game. Everyone absolutely convinced they're right, and the other side is irredeemably wrong, reinforcing the divide.
And it's sneaky. The ego takes our genuine feelings like wanting justice or feeling compassion and twists them. So you get things like, I care so much about stopping hate that I'm going to absolutely hate this person or group over here. It turns love into a weapon.
So when the Course calls these online debates or even our political actions pointless little goals, it's not dismissing the issues. It's not saying don't care about justice or peace. It's pointing to the ego's specific goal within that activity, the goal of proving I am right, making someone else wrong, deepening the split. That's the pointless part.
Yes, that's the core distinction.
Yeah.
And, it's tough because for a lot of us, the gut reaction is, well, I can't just say nothing when I see awful things happening. We want to fix it. But the Course isn't pushing for silence or inaction.
No, it's about the source of the action. It keeps saying that action from love, from that place of remembering our connection, has way more power to actually change things than action from attack. It's a different kind of effectiveness.
And notice, the Course doesn't give us like a 10-point plan for world peace or specific political advice. Why? Because that would make the illusions seem more real. Instead, it gives us these universal tools: forgiveness, looking past illusions, remembering oneness that we can apply to everything, whether it's a world crisis or, arguing with your neighbor about the fence line. It addresses the root.
So it comes back to that inner check-in, pausing before you jump in, asking, okay, Holy Spirit, what's the loving response here? What serves our one goal?
I try to consciously look for some common ground. Anything. Do we both love our kids? Do we both want to feel safe? Finding that little spark of shared humanity helps me see them as a sibling, not an enemy. That's how I understand forgiveness in action. It's like building that tiny bridge.
Which feels pretty radical these days, honestly. Finding common ground with someone you fundamentally disagree with, holding them as a sibling. The whole world seems geared towards picking a side and demonizing the other.
It does feel radical sometimes. And again, it doesn't mean I suddenly agree with them or that I won't speak up about something important. But how I speak, where it comes from, that changes. It comes from wanting connection, not from needing to win or attack. There's a different energy to it.
Okay, so walk me through that moment. You feel the urge to react, to defend, maybe online or whatever. What happens inside? What do those two voices sound like?
Oh, it's usually fast. Like flash. Ego jumps in. Protect yourself. They're wrong. Set them straight. That defensive crouch. Then, almost right behind it, comes the other thought, the Course-based one. Wait. What needs protecting? Their words can't actually touch who you are? Listen past the attack. What are they really asking for?
Yeah.
It's like a constant little internal nudge or recalibration.
Listen past them. I like that. Like trying to hear the music behind the noise, the call for love beneath the maybe angry words. That takes practice.
It does. And strangely enough, sometimes the internet helps a bit. There's that little pause before you hit send. That tiny gap. That's golden. That's the space to choose. Love or fear. Connection or separation.
A moment to breathe.
You see your reactive thought just sitting there on the screen,
Yeah.
and you get that critical moment.
Yeah, to ask, okay, is this actually helpful? Is this extending love? Or am I just trying to score points and feel superior for 5 seconds?
Maybe I let the ego have a bit more rope sometimes, but crucially, the awareness is still there now. I know what I'm doing, even if I indulge it, which is huge progress.
And that awareness is everything, isn't it? The Course isn't demanding perfect behavior. It's asking us to notice the choice, to be aware when we're choosing the ego.
That's it. And just having that awareness changes things over time. I find myself softening my words, deleting snarky comments before I send them. It just seeps in.
So that's the lesson right there. Shifting the goal in that small moment. From win the argument to remember my goal is God, extend love. Even if it's just deleting a comment.
And it connects right back to that line, shall we continue to allow God's grace to shine in unawareness? That phrasing is so powerful. Grace is already shining. We don't have to generate it or find it.
Yeah, it's not hiding. The ego loves making it complicated, though. You need years of meditation, find the perfect teacher, all that stuff.
Right. But the Course just cuts through it all. So simple. It's almost jarring.
Makes you think of those cartoons, you know? The seeker struggles for decades, climbs the impossible peak, finally reaches the wise guru.
Yeah. Gasping for air, totally depleted.
And the guru just sits there calmly and says,
The secret to enlightenment is you already possess it.
I climbed a mountain for that. You can just feel the deflation.
The Course is basically trying to save us that hike.
So that's the core message, isn't it? God's love is here, unearned, always present. Our only job is to stop getting sidetracked by the pointless little goals long enough to notice.
And maybe the practical takeaway is just that simple question we can ask ourselves moment by moment. Does this thought, this action, serve my one goal? Or is it just another distraction? Whether it's arguing online or getting overly intense about, I don't know, the perfect way to make coffee.
Which clearly involves a French press and careful timing.
Oh, please. Everyone knows the V6 pour-over is superior. Get the grind right. But seriously, yeah, asking that question helps us sort through where our energy goes.
So the lesson isn't about becoming someone different. It's about remembering who we already are. And thankfully, no mountain climbing is required.
And it's not about being perfect at it either. It's just about having that awareness, knowing we can choose between the ego's chaos and the peace of our one true goal. It's an ongoing practice.
So as we wrap up today, lesson 258 leaves us with this clear, focusing thought. One goal, God. Everything else, just toys and trinkets, distractions from our peace. Maybe consider this today. If your inner peace truly doesn't depend on how things turn out in the world, what does that free you up to do? Or maybe, what does it free you from doing?
Thank you all for joining us today. If you find these conversations helpful, maybe leave us a rating on your podcast app. It really does help other people find the show.
And we hope you'll join us again tomorrow as we continue with lesson 259 right here.
Bye for now.